You are watching Pasher Badi Rana, recipes from the neighbor's kitchen.
বাড়ির কাছে আর শ্রীনগর সেথা পড়শি বসত করে এখন পড়শি বসত করে একদিনও না
This is steamed beancurd with Jessie Yung.
Hi everybody, I'm Jessie. I am an Indian Chinese born in this vibrant city of Calcutta. Sitting beside me is my husband.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Together we run the home kitchen by the name Jessie Yung. Today we are very happy and honored to be here because Bong Eats invite us to do a special series with them where we will be sharing few of our Chinese recipe which has been passed down for generation. Even though we have been living here for many years, these recipe has been well preserved in our family. During our childhood time, we don't have steamed beancurd or anything like that. In our area, there's a family, there are many family actually that sells a beancurd, when they ferment the soybean, when it comes out fresh in the evening, when it is still very soft in the silken form. We usually have that. That is tofu actually. Okay, we have it with ginger syrup. We eat that as a dessert, the tofu dessert. That is the only way we know how to eat tofu. The steamed tofu is the firm tofu. Actually, it's teokon. In Chinese, tofu is a softer version. Teokon is a firmer version. I don't recommend the packet form of the tofu, I'm sorry to say. But you will know it's a packet tofu, but it gets to the teeth. So I would recommend people to start using something that is from the local market. Don't go so fancy.
Something that is easy to source from and something that is made every day.
And it helps the people in the community also who are selling the stuff. I mean, they should have a broader audience also. They have been selling for generations. It's a lot of work making the tofu.
We should give all business a chance, to survive. Even though it's not a big business, it helps in the long run.
Everybody needs to be happy. Yeah.
The Pasher Badi Rana series is made possible by the support of our patrons at Bong Eats Adda. If you think that the work we are doing is valuable, please consider becoming a patron. It really makes a difference. The link to join Bong Eats Adda is in the description.
So today again another recipe we are doing it, which is the steamed beancurd and fried beancurd. In Chinese we call it nyong tofu and ta teokon. So we bought the pork meat. I usually use a pork belly, but you can use a pork shoulder or any part of your preferred choice. But I usually prefer it with some fats, so it tastes better. Okay? So we have prepared the pork and we have washed them well, and then we chopped it into cubes, and then I did the keema in the cleaver, which I usually prefer rather than using the machine, which will become more pasty, which I don't like it. We have prepared the minced pork and we have separated them in various portions where we will be working on different recipe, which is the eggplant morning glory with minced meat. And then we have also saved some minced pork for the bitter gourd. And today we are cooking the stuffed beancurd. So in a different bowl, bigger bowl, we add the minced pork, the carrot, the chopped shiitake mushroom. We marinate them with oyster sauce, soy sauce, little bit of salt and little bit of pepper. So we combine them with 1 egg and cornstarch. Again, we mix it with the help of the chopstick in one direction. The texture is like this. So after mixing all the minced pork, we transfer them back again to a smaller bowl, wrap it up with a cling film and freeze them again for 15 to 20 minutes in the fridge for it to sit firm before we can apply it to the beancurd.
Is your fridge off?
It's available in our Chinese market every day. But it's done the previous evening, so they sell it in the morning. So we dissect the small cube of tofu into 4 parts. The bean curd is actually teokon. The tofu is we use in general, but the firm tofu is actually called teokon. Kon means drier. So today we are using the firm, like very firm tofu because we are steaming it, so it will not break off. Tofu, that's why like when we say somebody that is very like soft-hearted, very like easily like be emotional, we call that person a tofu because tofu is something that breaks easily. So we need to be strong. So we cannot be a tofu. So we need to handle the tofu with utmost care. It needs practice actually. Okay, so our fingers has to be like very gentle while holding the tofu, and our thumb has to be very flexible because like with the help of thumb we need to like press the meat as we apply the minced meat to the tofu. So like if I don't hold it like with the 2 finger, when applying is going to break the tofu. So I need the 2 finger to support the tofu. And we need to have the thali, the plate, that we are going to use. We need to oil the surface. The preferred choice is the aluminium thali or the stainless steel thali. We have to prepare the steamer beforehand. The water has to come to a boiling point before we place the dish inside the steamer, and we calculate the time exactly 15 minutes because the tofu, the texture of the tofu will be different if you over steam it. So that is very important. How we know that it is done is by the liquid that comes out, like when it is steaming. If it's still pinkish, means it is not well cooked. That liquid has to be clear.
Chili sauce along with the mustard. And
Yeah. Okay. This is one thing. Okay, just apply. At home, like usually, like when we make this item, we make it in the big thali, 30 to 40 pieces at one go. Obviously, we cannot finish it. Okay, so we save it in the fridge, and on the next day or maybe a few days after, we recreate the item into a new dish. That's when we fry them. For that, we need to put them in the fridge for the tofu to firm up again. Yeah, we fry them until it becomes a golden color because we like golden color. Any type of sauce you can work on, but today again we have used the black bean. You can use the black bean as a whole, but today we are using the black bean. I have like chopped it into like smaller pieces, you know, so that it's not too scary to the eye. We start preparing the sauce. We can use any oil of your choice. We start by adding the garlic pods again, and then goes in the minced garlic, the chili, the black bean. Okay, we add the soy sauce, oyster sauce, a little bit of sugar. And then we add the water, and then we thicken it again with the cornstarch slurry. This item, you can always like have it with plain rice. Again, any Chinese dishes always goes well with plain rice. That's when you know the actual taste of the item.